Mr. Peculiar's breakup story just went from messy to genuinely disturbing. Apparently, Mr. Peculiar and Miss Peculiar had already broken up privately off camera a while ago, but things allegedly escalated after she reportedly broke into his house, trying to get back together. According to him, they tried to keep everything offline at first until things allegedly happened again recently. Now, Mr. Peculiar is claiming she threatened him, threatened his family, and even said she'd use witchcraft against him. He also says she warned him that he'd end up exposed on Woman for Change, basically implying his reputation would be destroyed quickly. And now the internet has fully picked sides. Screenshots started circulating from people claiming they knew Miss Peculiar from school or from previous relationships, with some saying this behavior wasn't new. One person alleged she isolated her ex-boyfriends from friends and family. Another claimed there were massive public fights during high school. There are even messages accusing her of breaking into an ex's house and stealing money, although none of these claims have been independently proven. What's making this blow up even more is that some people online are saying they originally believed she was the victim, but after hearing Mr. Peculiar's side and seeing the screenshots, they completely changed their minds. And honestly, this situation is becoming less TikTok drama and more a conversation about emotional abuse, manipulation, and how messy public relationships can get once the internet gets involved. Because regardless of who people support, threatening someone, threatening their family, or trying to ruin someone publicly is where things should stop being entertainment. Right now, social media is completely divided. Some people think Mr. Peculiar is finally exposing what he went through.
Because I need to actually get this off my chest, right? So I was with Miss Peculiar, name is Jade, for I don't know, 7.5 months, 8 months. And for the last 6 out of the 8 months, she was emotionally and mentally abusive towards me.
Arranging therapy sessions with me for that nigga. Watch.
The first time I tried to break up with her, and the reason why I always got back with her is because I really loved her and I cared about her a lot, you know. But anyways, the first time I tried to break up with her, because I showed my friends how she would talk to me and how she would swear at me and all that stuff, and talk to me crazy and stuff. And I asked my friends, is this normal? Is this normal? Do girls do this when they angry? Do they do that? You know what I'm saying? Do they do that? And then my friends were like, nah, bro, that's crazy. That's not how your girlfriend's ever supposed to talk to you. And I was like, cool. Then the next day, if not 2 days after that, I broke up with her because I was like, I can't be spoken to like this all the time. And then I went live and shed a few tears. It was during the whole GBV movement. I shed a few tears because I was like, I never thought that someone I loved or fell in love with, or someone that claimed to love me, would talk to me like that and treat me the way she did. And then she broke in my house for the first time. There was 4 times she did that. But she broke into my shit, came to my back door, and was asking me, oh, my phone's on 10%. How convenient. And then she was like, yo, do you want me to be here? Wada. Just rambling emotionally and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, we can't stay in my house while all this is happening, because if my parents come, they're not gonna worry about you crying. They're really just gonna be, They're really just gonna be angry at the fact that there's a girl in the house, you know. So we went to the park and she continued crying and saying she was receiving death threats from people, and I was like, why would you be receiving death threats from people? And then I realized, I clocked that she commented in the live that people shouldn't judge her character and that people shouldn't for what she did and all that stuff. And she was just crying and saying that we should get back. Look, why don't I want to date her and all that stuff? And then I told her I can and I want to be with you, but it's like I can't be spoken to that way and be treated that way. It's just, why would I? You get. Then I got back with her, and it was cool for like a couple of weeks, if not a month or two. But during that period, she'd be swearing at me, she'd be threatening suicides, she would be flipping just out of control, bro. Just out of control. And I honestly was blinded by the fact that I was in love with her and that I didn't want to lose her. And I just wanted her to be okay. I wanted to like make sure that she's okay. And that's really all I wanted to do. And the more and more she kept on like swearing me out and controlling me, manipulating me, abusing me mentally and emotionally and verbally abusing me too, I was just so knocked out mentally that I confided in someone else because I couldn't talk to her about anything really. Like when I tried to talk to her about anything, she just blames me and says, oh, it's your fault because you did that and you did this and you did that. And at the time, the only things I was doing was like, say I would like a comment or I like a girl's post or what's this? And the post would be liking like fashion and stuff, you know. And then yeah, I'll try to communicate with her and all that, and she'll just turn it on me and say, it's my fault, it's you the reason why I talk to you like this, you the reason why, and all that. And I was like, I get that, like, I made you mad, but that's just not a way to talk to someone that's your boyfriend. Or just anyone in general. That's just not how you handle anything. You get what I'm saying? And then I confided in someone else because I just didn't know who else to talk to. And then we spoke about things. And then she said that she wanted to be a content creator. And then I was like, cool, I can help you. And then I told her to come to my house and we go on live and stuff. We went on live, but prior to that, I blocked her on like seeing my socials because if you're gonna swear me out for 2 hours because of a comment, imagine a live like that would just make her lose her shit. So yeah, I'm on live with her, and then we went off live and we were listening to music, and then she broke in again that second time, and she came to shows shouting all over the place. She's just going berserk and all that. And then she was recording me, like she broke in and recorded me, being like, I'm gonna expose you on TikTok, just going berserk. And I was trying to like restrain and hold, because if you're able to break into my house now, what more could follow after that? You get what I'm saying? Like what? Like I don't know what. I just don't understand what you're doing breaking in my house again. And in the video, I'm trying to restrain. I'm trying to like, yo, bruh, you know, like you get, yeah, shouting and banging on tables and shit, just like come, like, you know what I mean? And then in the video, she's like, oh, put your hands on me, all that. And I was just like, bro, that's the day you broke into my house. So if you go to the police saying that I did that, you're just exposing yourself indirectly. You know what I mean? You're exposing yourself indirectly by doing that. Anyways, after that day, she became even more insecure and started like swearing me out and going crazy, just saying all these things to me. And I was just like, the entire time, every time she would insult me, every time she would mentally abuse me, verbally abuse me, emotionally abuse, I would literally just be there trying to understand, why are you the way you are? Trying to understand what is going on. Sometimes I would literally ask her, like, why are you shouting and swearing? Like, why are you shouting and swearing? And then she would get even more mad, but I'm not even asking out of like to be petty. Like, I'm genuinely asking, what is wrong? you know. But she wouldn't take it that way. She would just like go berserk and all that stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys don't know how long, like, I've been wanting to just speak, you know, just being quiet because I didn't want to deal with all the drama and oh. Okay, let me pull out. Oh gosh, let me pull out the paragraph that I sent her mother. No, that's the one I sent Aiden. Aiden's her cousin, by the way. And if you guys are wondering why I'm doing this, it's because she went and lied to Women for Change and posted screenshots out of context and sent them the video of the day she broke in, saying that I put my hands on her and saying that I coerced her. So me, I'm thinking to myself, like, why would you do that to me, bro? I literally have screenshots of me saying, like, why are you trying to ruin my life just because I don't want to be involved with you? Literally, and I'm, dog. Let me go to the chat, though. Let me go to the chat. Here's the one. See, in case you guys are wondering if I'm lying or not, she was even calling me Mr. Peculiar like she doesn't know my name, bro. But anyways, dog, she messaged me and I was, where is it? Why can't you just come up without it? No, man. I'm just so stressed, bro. Please, okay, here's it. I'm gonna start from the beginning of the Women for Change, Shandis. A case will be opened against you with the support of Women for Change. Take care, please do not share this information as it is confidential. And then obviously, she did all that. And I asked her, why are you trying to ruin my life because I don't want to be involved with you? Why can you not leave me alone? Who is this guy saying this stuff? But like, why can't you leave me alone just because I don't want to be with you, bro? And then, like, minutes after that, she sent a VN saying that we could have spoken about this and like spoken about this maturely and all that. And I was like, dog, I just don't want to be with you. Like, I don't know what you want me to do about that. I don't know. Like, I just don't want to be with you. And then she said, yo, let me read you the VN. Here's the thing I'm reading, just for context. Halfway in there, she said, we genuinely getting closure from things that happen. It's like we need to get on a call, meet up, and like just actually talk. I'm really not gonna come to your house, and I'm not that person anymore. I'm not gonna force you to see me. I'm not like that anymore.